words of hate from Mephisto, and this combination executed perfectly at the end of the game.
From Alarak, make it a quad kill set up by that ETC.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi line.
Nubrak, 4 at 50%. Both cores are just absolutely melting. Which one's going to go down first? I think this is going to be Respect the Gooses. Oh my goodness.
Ring. Oh my goodness, the ring. Jaina just pulling up everybody here. That's a 4, make it 5
And it
for
does
nothing.
not fall up. What a play. Oh my God, somebody please clip that.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I'm your host Arrow, and tonight I'm going to bring you a Division B Northeast matchup between Deckard's Erudition and ReGen Ghost. We've got our map bans, we got our teams, they're all ready to go, so draft just beginning. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at these map bans real quick. At the beginning, we've got the bans from Deckard's Erudition. They've banned out Tomb of the Spider Queen and Cursed Hollow. ReGen Ghost banning out Braxis Holdout and Hadamar Temple. And our first game here is going to be on Infernal Shrines. This is the selection there of our red team, ReGen Ghost. Quick look at the standings, and then we'll get into the draft here. So Deckard's Erudition sitting there tied with Boogan's Forever, Lubu, and Animaniacs. So a four-way tie for that fourth place. Note that the first three teams are also tied with 9 points. ReGen Ghost sitting there with 3 points, looking to see if they can be a part of that tie. Really, either way, Deckard's Erudition would like to be part of that tie for first. ReGen Ghost would like to become a tie for that fourth place. But we'll have to see how this turns out. And let's get into the draft and find out. So keep in mind, there was a patch earlier today. Gazlo getting some buffs. So not a big surprise to see the Gazlo here. Not only that, but even before the buffs today, just a few days ago, we saw Deckard's Erudition put together quite the team combo with a Johanna, Gazlo, Mephisto, and I think Stukov? Maybe? And ETC did receive some nerfs today, so his trait, which used to give him 25 armor, is now 20 armor. And I think it actually, I think it's been there before, but he's just been so strong. He's so strong. So they nerfed the trait, he gets less armor now. They also reduced the cooldown reduction from Encore from 6% to 5%. Note, of course, that started off at 8% when they made those changes. But we're going to get Gazlo and May bans out from ReGen Ghost. We got Maiev and ETC here, the bans from Deckard's Erudition. And our first pick is going to be Johanna. It's been a while since Johanna's really been the top priority selection here. It's been probably since last season. And here comes Diablo and Tassadar. So Diablo saw some adjustments today. Still a very strong tank, but they made some adjustments to his level 7, so now his auto attacks don't reduce his W, his Flame Stomp. If you want that, you have to go with the Flame Stomp talent at level 7. All right, we're gonna get Greymane here and Anduin. So the Johanna Anduin is a combo that has a lot of potential. With that light bomb coming in. Oh, that's what it was. It was Anduin. It wasn't Stukov, because they had the potential for that light bomb to set up as well. And of course, Tassadar. Tassadar did receive some nerfs to his survivability today. But he also gained some buffs to his black hole, reducing the mana cost, I think reducing the cooldown slightly, and the level 20 upgrade. Now reducing armor by 20 is pretty significant. So we'll see if that changes the potential for that Tassadar Archon pick. But Yrel going to be banned out there by ReGen Ghost. And D.Va, surprisingly, so D.Va did receive some nerfs today. Prior to this, has been kind of a, you know, early ban or early pick option because she provided so much value. But Shui coming in on the Sonya. Shuionya. Huh? Maybe? No? Okay. And then Cassia the pickup for Littlerock there. I know we've seen that Cassia out of Lid once or twice this season, and it's pretty solid. So looking so far like a really strong comp from ReGen Ghost with the Shadow Charge. Maybe it could be a leap. I doubt it though. I think at least so far Sonya's probably thinking of that that Wrath of the Berserker. But we're gonna get Blaze and Mephisto. So really, Deckard's Erudition here is setting up a similar combo. They just don't have the Gazlo for the Wombo like Gravo Bomb, but they've got a Jet Propulsion, they've got Durance of Hate, Light Bomb sets it up, Blessed Shield sets it up, and Greymane comes in to clean up the mess. So I really like the potential here from Deckard's Erudition with their absolute just Control-Alt-Delete of a team. And Lucio provides that burst protection with his Sound Barrier. So we'll have to see, like, the big thing there for Lucio is he can't be too close to his team, because if he gets caught in, say, a Light Bomb stun or the Durance of Hate or the Jet Propulsion, then they all die. So we will have to find out. Let me see if I can get this poll up real quick here. New poll. All right. Poll is up in chat. Make sure that you hit that drop down, select which team you think will win or that you want to win. Hit the vote button. And then we'll talk about who you think's going to win in a few moments. As we get into game number 1 between Deckard's Erudition and ReGen Ghost. Alrighty, starting on the left, we've got Deckard's Erudition. We got Pina Colada there on the Johanna Sheej, going to be playing the Anduin. Xanthanarium on the Mephisto. Rise Robin on Blaze. And Mydral Knight going to be playing the Mephisto? No, the Greymane, of course. And on the right, we got ReGen Ghost. It's going to be Mongoose on the Diablo. Littlerock there playing that Cassia. Dub C 613 on that Tassadar. Shui on the Sonya. And Andrew on the Lucio. All right, taking a look at our talents. So Johanna a little while ago did have a nerf to the cooldown of her Iron Skin talent. So taking that Hold Your Ground level 1 really helps to make sure that she can continue that. It sounds like the game may be a little loud. Let me know if the game's too loud. It probably is. Sonya coming in from behind, spinning to win right through the team. As Lucio going into that party mix, so he's going to have that extra range to make sure he's always able to heal, but can be a little bit farther away from the team as well. And tough as nails to pick up there for Sonya so that she can block that damage in the solo lane there from the Blaze, but most likely during the fights, specifically hoping to reduce the damage from Greymane. And of course, our votes in chat coming in 50-50 between these two teams. Now we're going to take a quick second just to turn this down. Sorry. That down to about 30. Alright. Hopefully that's better. Sorry that we missed a moment of action there as both teams heading to their siege camp. ReGen Ghost going to pick theirs up just slightly ahead, and very slightly ahead in the XP soak as well. But only about a quarter, maybe even 20% of a level here. And Mephisto here going into the Skull Missile, unyielding power. Keep in mind we did see some adjustments to Mephisto today, including some adjustments to his Skull Missile talents. Once that's complete, it reduces the cooldown by a couple seconds, so it actually means that he can more easily throw out those Skull Missiles. Game sounds good? Okay. Maybe it's just loud on my side. I don't know. Turn that down a little bit. So sitting at 18, he needs 40 to complete that, then reduces his cooldown by 2 seconds. The task wall there did give that stun. Mephisto getting away with under 100 health. Can they get the Greymane? Looking for it. Andrew going in. Not quite going to get it. Pushing off, trying to get that kill as 2 members of Deckard's Erudition getting really low, but ultimately will be able to make it out. Sonya and Blaze here looking to try to double soak these lanes as the XP dead even now. The rotation coming in, looking for the Sonya. Jet propulsion's going to land. Greymane diving in. Sonya looking like she's probably in danger here. One more CC or maybe just some ranged attacks will get the Sonya, and that's first blood going over to Deckard's Erudition, thanks to that rotation. And keep in mind, our shrine is coming up right now. It's going to be an Arcane Punisher going through the mid lane. In the bottom, ReGen Ghost did get that siege camp, so Blaze is going to clear that up here real quick. He did take Incinerator Gauntlets. That gives him that extra area. It also means that he does more damage to those minions. It also means he does more damage here to the Skeletal Defenders, so with Adrenaline Stim Pack there at level 1, it gives him that burst of haste and movement speed. Diablo charging in onto, I believe it was Johanna there, but the full team of ReGen Ghost. Here comes the jet propulsion. I think it landed there onto Sonya. It looked a little weird on the timing on that though. But 11 to 15. So very even right here as Deckard's Erudition looking to kind of reset themselves. And here comes Johanna, gets the Condemn in, pulling ReGen Ghost in, as Andrew getting caught by the Chastise route there. Jet propulsion out onto Sonya, looking for that damage onto Shui, but Shui's pulling back. Mongoose now flipping the Blaze, is getting very low. Greymane diving in, gets the kill, but is he too far? Not quite, but Blaze does seem to... Oh, he's going to just barely make it out. 30 health on that Blaze. And so many times has ReGen Ghost had just one more auto attack or that one level of difference for that 4% to get those kills. That's the third one we've seen here recently, but 7 to 6 on the talents and the levels here. Punisher jumping over the wall does do quite a bit of damage there to the Mephisto. And level 7 talents here up and available now for both teams as the force wall coming out just a moment too late. Johanna gonna be able to make it on through. Meanwhile, we have a bush gank. Everybody quiet. Shui heading up onto the solo lane there. Pina Colada going to get stunned. Blind coming down from Cassia. The Unstoppable is going to stop that. So no kill there onto the Johanna, but the team coming in now. So the engage ultimately unsuccessful, but now this is a 5v4 as Blaze going to get stunned into the wall, gets flipped, but Lucio trying to help out is ultimately going away. And Blaze here hearthing right just on the edge of Diablo's vision there. Couldn't quite see him there, but Shui up in the top lane making plays work. Even though they lost the Lucio here, Shui coming up into the top lane to push this lane gives them some damage into this wall. Although the next objective is in the bot lane, they could set up... What's the timer on this? Minute 40. So they can set up that Shaman camp to go during that and possibly get a wall, get a fort. Who knows? The sky, as they say, is the limit. Deckard's Erudition down here working on this bottom camp. They got... Yeah, I guess they got 2 more. There it is. One other change, actually. The health of the healing wells a little bit different. They swapped the shield and the health pool, so it makes it so it's harder to kill them. So if you can defend them, most of their health is in the shielding, and it obviously that regenerates. So something to just keep in mind there. Still possible to take him down in early game. There goes the Blessed Shield and the Light Bomb. A double as they get the Condemn and Control-Alt deleted as mentioned. Tassadar falling very low is going to get caught by that Skull Missile. So a triple kill here for Deckard's Erudition. With that setup from the Blessed Shield and then Light Bomb. Pretty much exactly as I said at the beginning of the game. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for that quick pause, and then they pull him back in with the Condemn. Everybody's close together, and that's where Mephisto can really pop off. We even saw the bunker in there. I was a little surprised about the bunker. But, I mean, they don't really need to triple down or quadruple down on this. They can take bunker, get the armor, rather than using the combustion for the slow and for the extra damage. Or for the scatter potential. So as mentioned earlier, so both teams now are going to start working on their Shaman camp. And the next Punisher is a Frozen Punisher. This is high value Punisher time. This is the only way to shut down the structures currently in the game right here. Not ever, like with all heroes, of course. Just in this game right now. Deckard's Erudition here a little bit earlier. So they've got 10 down already. Diablo walking through the oil, looking for somebody. Sonya going in onto the Greymane, but he gets caught by that Durance of Hate as the shield coming out from Lucio. Big Light Bomb onto 3, and Lidrock using his Gladiator's Medallion. They do get the kill onto Greymane. Looking for more. Rise Robin there is going to get caught by Lucio. Can they get the kill? 60 health. Oh, Tassadar finishing it off. So a double kill so far. And Lucio skating around trying to keep his team alive. Mephisto doesn't have that Lightning Nova. Now it's back. Lidrock going maybe a little bit too close, but is able to make it out. And this time it's ReGen Ghost who's able to make it out with so many heroes just this close to death. And Sonya comes in to finish the objective and walk away. Oh, Sonya didn't finish it. Never mind. I'm sorry. I guess the Mephisto got the last kill on that and was able to pick it up. So never mind. Objective going over to Deckard's. Mongoose there gets the cleanse, or rather used the cleanse, that Gladiator's Medallion. And has to be a little careful. The healing well is going to heal him up pretty nicely, but that Punisher coming over the wall could have been a problem. That said, Tassadar taking a lot of damage from it. About half of his health. So not a ton of value, just the one tower, really. A little bit of damage onto the keep, but like one auto attack or maybe a Root Nova thing, whatever that's called, from the Punisher. Frost Blast, Frost Nova, probably. Something along those lines. But now, Deckard's Erudition has that bottom siege camp going. And Sonya is somewhere in here, right? Yeah, there's the Apocalypse. The Durance coming out, gets the flip, big stun though, and it's going to be Lid falling first on the Cassia. Shui spinning hard, getting a lot of value there in the team, but ultimately pulling back now as Jet Propulsion comes into the back line with the bunker. Keep in mind the bunker does block heroes, so they get the Tassadar kill. Shui falling a bit low, is trying to make it out. Mephisto's going to get him with the Skull Missile, and down here, Diablo flipping the Blaze out of the way. Lucio trying to skate, and Mongoose using one of these siege minions to charge out. And this is a difficult position for ReGen Ghost, because ultimately Deckard's Erudition, they want you to fight them in those narrow corridors so that their combo lands extra hard. To be fair, ReGen Ghost isn't really going to mind a corridor either, right? I mean, Tassadar can get a lot of value there with his Psystorms and his Shock Rays, even his Force Wall, the Black Hole. Like, there are a lot of ways that Tassadar gets value there. And even Cassia, depending on just exactly how she's building. Right now, it's, you know, auto attack. So if you're in a corridor, a lot of those charge strikes bounces. But none of that matters if your whole team gets stunned and then deleted. There's the Durance going out, Jet Propulsion missing, Light Bomb coming out, Tassadar, however, getting just destroyed. Condemn is going to pull him in and get a double stun along with that Subdue at 7. So both of them very slow. Diablo trying to make something happen on the Blaze in the back line, but it's Shui on the other side, going into Deckard's Erudition's backline to try to peel him off, basically. Peel him off through the mere presence of danger that Sonya can bring, a wrathful berserker. And there's that 70% slow again, but the Durance of Hate just barely missing. It doesn't matter, though, as Cassia going to fall, and that staggers that death. Tassadar coming back in. Diablo getting very low as well. He will be coming back just with a few less souls. And thus a little bit lower health pool as well. Deckard's Erudition coming in now has 16 talents as they work on popping those off here. ReGen Ghost looking to try to catch up here. They've got to get a couple of levels of XP, or a level and a quarter, roughly. As Deckard's does have that top Shaman camp pushing up in the lane here. Gonna get that wall down, and Sonya does have to be a little bit careful here. Everybody's so close that ultimately with a bunker, they could rotate in and take her out and not have to worry too much about the forts. You do see here Sonya trying to get away. Doesn't have the movement speed from her abilities. There's that movement speed. Does get pulled in. Wrath of the Berserker used there. And as, you know, they increase the damage from the forts and keeps. But if you still have a 5-man versus 1, you're still going to be able to get that kill. And down in the bot lane here, ReGen Ghost, recognizing they don't have the Sonya, just trying to get whatever value they can. They pick up the Siege Camp. But now up in the top lane, we've got a Shaman Camp, and we've got Deckard's Erudition showing up to the party. Looking to see what they can do out of this keep. So far, they get the 1 tower. They get the wall. 2nd tower going down. Shaman Camp is about to die. So they'll clean up the lane. But an easier path to victory now should Deckard's Erudition find themselves victorious in a big fight here. Level 16 just about to come up, though, for ReGen Ghost. And that's a big talent tier for Sonya getting the shield. You've got Lucio, who could potentially go into Rejuvenescencia for the extra healing. You could see Tassadar with that Shock Ray upgrade. There's that Rejuvenescencia. There's that Nerves of Steel. The faster shock damage there. So, I mean, a lot of powerful talents now coming online for ReGen Ghost. They're on the same talent tier. They just have to find themselves a good engagement that doesn't end in a whole lot of stuns on them. Well, there's the Mortar Punisher and the big shield, as we saw. Once that shield goes down, though, it doesn't take much to kill the healing well. And Durance of Hate coming out. Missing once again. Sonya getting caught by the stun, but there's nobody there to follow up. Apocalypse coming out, leaving just a whole line of stuns here. But Deckard's pulling back. Greymane is going to get caught, but the Chastise coming out in a double stun. Once again, the deletion onto Tassadar. Light Bomb going out is going to hit onto Mongoose. Diablo getting the flips all over the place thanks to that level 16. Charge going to go out onto the Blaze, but he's not quite able to connect. But Mephisto with that Durance is going to land onto Diablo, and he's out. And Shui just about to fall in the backline as well. So it's only the rollerblading wonder Andrew here on Lucio and Littlerock there, Cassia, to defend now against the blitz of Deckard's Erudition, as they likely are going to move on to the core here. It's still 10 seconds until Tassadar, 20 seconds until Sonya and Diablo. And it looks like instead they're going to go ahead and get some damage onto the keep and pass back. Pull back. Bot lane here, the catapult and 1 siege minion. Well, never mind, siege minion dead. But the 1 catapult getting some damage here. They did get the 1 tower down, so not quite the path of victory that that ReGen Ghost would be looking for. But the next Punisher is in the bot lane, and it's going to be another Frozen Punisher. So either team gets this, it goes through the keep, because there's no forts up in the bot lane. And this is really lucky for ReGen Ghost that it went into the bot lane again as opposed to going up to the top. ReGen Ghost being a little tricky here, recognizing that they don't want to fight the enemy team at 20, which is coming up right now. They're going to take this out and then probably GTFO, I would guess. See the movement pings calling. Might be just a little bit too, well, maybe not. Diablo is in a bit of danger here. There's no fort available for the defense. There's the Blessed Shield onto 3, and it's the extra time here. Shui is way behind. Maybe looking to come into this fight. And there's the Wrath of the Berserker. Tassadar coming in as well. So far, Greymane getting flipped. Xantharium, they're going to be put into the bunker, and it's Lucio going down first. Mephisto popping off here with so much damage out of this. And Cassius is the next. Diablo going down. Shui going down. Tassadar going down. It is a full team wipe. And Deckard's Erudition now saying, all right, these death timers are long enough. We can move on to the core and win ourselves game number 1. And there you have it. Core going down. Deckard's Erudition taking game number 1. All right, so a very strong combo out of Deckard's Erudition here. Really laying on the CC chain and locking down the ReGen Ghost team. And every time they hit a light bomb, every time they hit a Blessed Shield, it turned into follow-up kills. And it's going to be up to ReGen Ghost to try to figure out how do they prevent that. What tools do they have in their kit to make sure that game number 2 doesn't go in a similar format? Maybe they look at a different map. Maybe they look at a different hero. Could something like a Medivh help out? Maybe even a Falstad, right? You throw out a Blessed Shield, you throw out a Mighty Gust. Or you they start their CC chain, you throw out the Arcane Explosion Medivh Protect. Maybe something like that. But we'll have to see. Alrighty. Well, while we wait to see where we go for game number 2, we're going to go ahead and take just a short break. We'll be right back.
Are you ready for the Inter-Multiversal Nexo Weight Championship? You better be!
Bienvenidos a la catedral de las mejores batallas del Nexo.
Ding, ding, ding! The fun is on!
Épico.
What a takedown! Give it up for MC Tombstone! Rampage, all right! We got ourselves a winner! We're going to Nexomania, y'all!
You know, I've been in more scrapes and adventures than I can count. That being said, I've never seen anything like this.
Hail, hero!
Is that a frog in a bubble? Oh gosh, they are so cute. Well then, there's so many friendly people here. Coming through. Love the hair.
Oh, the cavalry's here!
This place is awesome! I found goes. Ah! Not funny! No way! You got all of them? Best gift ever! I'm Stitches. It's time to play. Not so fast, Stitches. I am Deckard, and I'm here to eat you. Nom 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 nom. No! Who will help me? Oh, villain! I am Valera. Stop eating that bear, or I will have to punish you. No, you won't. I'll get you, Deckard. Never. Little did you know, this was part of my game all along. Can the heroes of the storm win? Probably!
I am beyond your comprehension, mortal. All of creation shall tremble before the burning standards of hell. Attack! Show no weakness!
Good day, my friend. Retreat! Get out of there!
And we materialized. Well done indeed. Now to cross you off the list. We require these. Obtain them.
On my way!
Let us slaughter together.
Hey, y'all out there. If you're gonna get through the summer, you need stamina. You need strength. You need Takis Finley's Bust Your Ass Workout. You want a beach body for the first time in your timid little life? Well, I got the toughest fitness program in the multiverse. But you cannot argue with results. I guarantee I can turn anybody into a rock-solid hero!
Looks like you need a timeout.
Takis Finley, Bust Your Ass, and Takis Finley are not responsible for damage inflicted by cannonballs, ghost pirates, enemy minions, garden terrors, web weavers, dragon knights, or immortals. Please consult the support class to determine if Bust Your Ass is right for you. All sales final. As I was saying, I can transform any... Now listen, you know none of this is legally binding, right?
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Nexus Gaming series. We've got game number 2 coming up here. It's going to be on Dragonshire. All right, game number 1 there, won by Deckard's Erudition. It was on Infernal Shrines. It was selected by ReGen Ghost. The bands Brax's Holdout, Hanamura Temple, the bands from ReGen Ghost, Cursed Hollow, and Tomb of the Spider Queen from Deckard's Erudition. And this one is selected, Dragonshire, selected by Deckard's Erudition. Now, this is actually the map that... There we go. This is actually the map that Deckard's Erudition really made that comp work in their prior set, was on this map, on Dragonshire. That's when they had the Gazlo, and the Johanna, and the Anduin, and the Mephisto. And so... in the last game, ReGen Ghost said, you know what, let's ban out the Gazlo. He got buffed. Let's not deal with it. This time they said, you know what, maybe Mephisto's the trick. Still banning out the May there from game number 1. That leaves up the Gazlo and the Ubrel. Deckards, they banned out the Maiev game number 1. Also, ETC. And then eventually, if they make some adjustments to that play here. And here it comes. It's going to be ETC. All right. Fair enough. All right, well, there you go. That's actually the funny thing is I was thinking maybe Johanna was the linchpin to this. Really, the tank that set them up so many plays, whether it was a condemn, whether it was the blessed shield, or even the light bomb onto Johanna. Like those things were really pivotal into making sure that Deckard's Erudition was able to get that. And you know what? They said, we agree. Let's take it away. Let's make sure they don't get it. And there's Rexar and Gazlo being picked up here for Deckard's Erudition. So both a couple of potential solo laners. Both of them, they're fitting that bruiser role. So I imagine that we'll see Gazlo in the 4-man. And especially as the game goes on, right? As we see Gazlo getting access to that Gravo Bomb. Sylvanas going to come in along with the Greymane. So really strong push potential. If ReGen Ghost is able to get any kills, they're going to push those lanes extra hard. Watching from home with no power and using my data. You know what? Is there a better way? I don't know that there is. Let's see. Diva going to be the third and final band, so sticking with those same bands from a couple nights ago. And there goes the Cho, and you know that's an interesting band. I don't mind that. They've already started kind of a weird comp with the Rexar and the Gazlo. A Cho'Gall could be an interesting pick for Deckards here, but they're not going to have that opportunity. So picking up the Garrosh and Brightwing now. So Garrosh is going to have a good time here. Lots of the bushes available for him to hide in. Any hero other than really Johanna that comes through there is going to be pretty well at risk. And then Brightwing saying, all right, you know what? Greymane, come on in. And Shui going to go into the Kira. So Kira versus Rexar is going to be the plan in the top lane. So that said, Kira took a little bit of a nerf when the Gladiator medallions came out. So when she's using that revolving sweep, has to be a little bit more conscious of whether the person she's sweeping around has her has their medallion or not. Otherwise, she can find herself in a really unfortunate place. And it's going to be Chromie, the pick here for Xanthanar. So Chromie can set up those plays as well. She's got the time traps. That leads to the potential for the Gravo Bomb. It leads to the potential for a Garrosh throw combo, even a Misha charge. So watch for those time traps. Probably going to see Andorhal Anomaly having 3 of those time traps everywhere on this map. So ReGen Ghost, if they're going to be successful in avoiding that, they're going to have to check every bush. They're going to have to really be mindful of any place that could be a potential threat, whether it's around night camps, siege camps, what have you, or like I said earlier, just walking into the control points. That said, Deckard's Erudition, they've got a different setup to be watching for here. Let me finish this poll. All right, poll is posted in chat, so you can hit that drop down, select the team you want to win, and go from there. You know the drill by now. Let's get our teams introduced, and we'll come back to that. So on the left, we've got Deckard's Erudition looking to knock this out with a 2-0 victory. We got Siege there on the Brightwing, Xanthanarium on the Chromie, Pina Colada on Garrosh, Mydrall Knight there on the Gazlo, and Rex are going to be played by Rise Robin And over here for ReGen Ghost, looking to get their first point in this set. We got Dub C's 613 on the Greymane. We got Shui there on the Kira. Andrew going to be playing that Stukov. Lidrock. Oh, I'm sorry, they switched. Actually, Shui's going to be on Sylvanas, and Lidrock's going to be on Kira. Pay no attention to those pop-ups that are happening. They're wrong. Mongoose going to be on the Johanna. So there you go. There's the throw. Johanna pops her unstoppable, and a big silence coming out from Stukov. Kira going in was on the Misha there. And let's take a look at Gazlo's build here. So level 1, Big Game Hunter, increases his max scrap. Also reduces his cooldown so he can gain access to that more often. And Gazlo, again, with his rework, I don't think I've seen more than just the one game with him, but since his rework, things are a little bit different. His laser charges differently. The size of his stun is a little bit different. So he acts very different now compared to where he was before. You really have to be mindful of those shorter cooldowns, the laser shots, the stun timers, and all of that. And those laser shots, I don't know the full build, but those laser shots give him additional resources, either health or give him scrap so he can drop more turrets or something along those lines. And as I'm talking about Gazlo, the rotation up from Brightwing is going to help secure the kill onto the Kira up in the top lane there. ReGen Ghost taking all of the votes for this one, so people want to see a game number 3, it looks like, and think that ReGen Ghost can do it. I mentioned earlier, Deckards, they've got a different, plan that they have to watch for. ReGen Ghost has the stun silence combo, but it's going to be the Dragon Knight. Brightwing going to be able to pick that up pretty quickly thanks to that kill on Kira up in the top lane. Now, this is an under 2-minute Dragon Knight, so it doesn't do tons of damage, doesn't have tons of health, but it's going to get pretty good value if nobody's nearby. Mongoose there getting thrown in. Unfortunately, once your Iron Skin is down, Johanna becomes rather vulnerable. She doesn't have great escapes unless she takes the ultimate for Falling Sword. Kira up here getting a lot of damage onto that. Misha is going to get that first partial kill as the Dragon Knight now going to punt her. Never mind. Lidrock using that Gladiator Medallion. Down in the bot lane, however, a lot of value. There's a Condemn pulling the Pina Colada into the silence. And Garrosh throwing Johanna away, says, you know what? We don't want to deal with this. So Chromie instead going into time troubles. So dropping the armor of any enemy that's caught and increasing the armor of any ally in her time traps. So not able to use them as much for vision, or maybe to kind of block all ways in on these control areas, but certainly setting up the kill pressure with that. Is it 3 seconds? For 3 seconds, yeah. So, I mean, if you think about it, that's a really strong potential then to go with that Gravel Bomb, because now you time trap them, you drop a Gravel Bomb, they're stuck in there, your team can kind of go crazy for that 3 seconds. Rotations coming down from the team. Gazlo happened to go back there, but is on his way. Garrosh throwing a minion over the wall there, looking for the Johanna ultimately, but just barely missed. And level 7s here for both teams. So a little bit of value there from ReGen Ghost, evening out the lane just slightly, not quite equal, with the one tower still up on the side of Deckards. Checking in up here with the Kira. Kira's nearly out of mana, but so is the Rexar. But in this case, Rexar has all of the value here because he's got a full bruiser camp pushing hard, and Kira's not super great at taking out minion, or at the bruiser camps here. Johanna using that trait as not enough damage to bring that down, so she's gonna make it out. The real question here is how does Greymane do on this one? He's going to be able to finish that bruiser camp, so that should help alleviate some of this pressure, but how much damage is going to come in onto this fort?
There must always be a dragon.
Not enough to take it down by any means, but it definitely has now the potential that with a quick kill or with a if Rexar's able to really put a lot of pressure onto Kira and force her to back, Rexar could potentially take that top fort now. There's no healing well, there's no wall. And Chromie there going into the slowing sands for her ultimate. Not taking the Mobius loop, instead going into the once again the first time here for her level 1 talent, so she's getting that extra echo. And Garrosh coming in, maybe looking for this Kira, but almost like a sixth sense. Littlerock saying, "I'm not gonna let you have that one again." The Deckard's Erudition currently in the lead here. They've got more overall structure damage, and they are going to be level 10 just a little bit sooner as that comes online now here. And now Slowing Sands going into that forward bush. I'm not sure they can actually see that. Let's... Okay, they can. Because it's coming out in the lane, I think. Hana maybe looking to rotate down, is gonna get caught by the Garrosh. Stun coming in, and Chromie with her Dragon's Breath there, but with that Warlord's Challenge, Garrosh gonna be able to help secure that kill as Garrosh gonna get, I'm sorry, Gazlo gonna get the final damage. Andrew trying to stall out the Dragonite just a moment, but not quite able to do it as ReGen Ghost was trying to take that top control point, but Rexar held on to it for just long enough. And down in the bot, here comes the Dragonite. This fort already down about 20%. And Gazlo's sitting in this fort, so there's still the potential for a really big combo with the Garrosh and then Chromie with a Polymorph from the Brightwing. Alright, so Kira here looking to maybe try to get onto the... and here comes Brightwing coming in. Lid could be in a bit of trouble now, as he just barely jukes the Misa charge, and also the arcane whatchamacallit from Brightwing. So pulled Brightwing away from that bot lane and ultimately giving them a little bit of value there. Surviving just barely. That said, Dragonite coming into the top lane is going to start working on finishing this up and making it a little bit easier now for Rise Robin to continue. Both teams heading up. We see the danger pings. Maybe from both sides, actually. Here comes Johanna into the team directly. Lid going in. Has the Gravel Bomb. Doesn't hit anything. Stun coming in. Warlord's Challenge is going to land onto the Greyman, I believe. Never mind, that's Kira. And there's that Gladiator Medallion. Did come in just a little bit on time there. But a big stun is going to hit onto 3 of Ghost. And here comes Chromie with the big bombs. Mongoose with 4 health is not going to make it away. So close. Can Kira make it away? Misha's going to get the charge. Can't quite get there as the grappling hook used to keep Kira alive. Now, Andrew may find himself in a bit of danger here. Trying to juke the Gazlo stun. Does do so and is actually going to be able to make it out. So ultimately just the 1 kill there. Kill count 4-0, however, in favor of Deckard's Erudition. We do have the 1 kill onto Misha. So I guess it's 4 to a quarter. But so far, Deckard's Erudition doing a really good job of being able to lock down that Johanna and take her out of the play. And with this Bruiser Camp, they're going to be able to send that up. Level 13 is here for Deckard's Erudition. Let's take a look again at some of these talents for our Gazlo buddy here. So the level 4 talent, 2%. So is going to be able to zap somebody for % damage there and also heal himself. Siege Camp picked up here by Deckard's, and ReGen Ghost picking up their Bruiser Camp. Shui coming in, does have the Wailing Arrow, but he gets caught by the stun from the Garrosh. This time that Gravel Bomb's going to land, but a big heal going out. Taunt, however, is going to make that heal disappear real quick as Littlerock getting very low. Andrew getting caught by that laser, gets stunned by the Groundbreaker from our good friend Garrosh there. And now the Dragonite Temple's available. Jason coming in saying, let's go Ghost. Got some ReGen fans in the house tonight, and they need your energy for sure. Probably feeling a little bit disrupted after that first game. Currently looking to get themselves a kill. They double their kill count from a quarter to a half. Gazlo sitting on the point as the channel is going to be picked up there, up in the top lane. Littlerock going to flip that just in time as the team pulling back here. And there's the Blessed Shield. Gazlo getting very low. Silenced and deleted. We get the throwing Misha out. I think that was actually destined for Rexar. Here comes Kira into Rexar. Gets the anti-synergy, but the big stun into the corner onto Brightwing. Not quite going to be able to get the kill as Misha with the big charge onto Kira. So lot of low health bars. Oh my goodness. Dub with 20 health making it out. Kira looking for that Chromie, but can't quite get there as Brightwing over the wall with that blink heal is going to be able to protect the Chromie. So everybody here on the map. And who was that died? Who was that kill? Gazlo, that's right. So the first real kill of the game here for ReGen Ghost. Really strong. Now they're looking for blood and looking to take us to a game 3. The channel flipping over to ReGen Ghost here, but only for a moment. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, even without Sylvanas, ReGen Ghost saying, let's get some value while we can. We know they're top. We know they're mid. And Deckard says, that's fine. We'll take out what we can mid then. They did a great job the other day too. Here's a big Blessed Shield coming in. Chromie getting caught by the silence is going to get that timeout. Wailing Arrow is going to be just a little bit off on the timing, but it's going to be Gazlo's Gravel Bomb. There goes Chromie. And Laser's coming out. Here comes Kira looking for the Brightwing. She's going to go down as well, but Kira's going to get flipped over the wall, and I think Littlerock's going to fall to the towers in this one. Rexar making it out as well. So a 2-for-1 trade in favor of ReGen Ghost. Sitting at half health on that mid fort, and maybe looking for the Gazlo here. No ultimate there for really anybody. The Cursed Bullet's out, but you know that's a short cooldown. And our red team, ReGen Ghost, picking up the channel. Rexar is heading up, so there's no way that we can make it to that point in time. Although Greymane's going to head up now as Johanna getting thrown in. The big silence out onto Gazlo as phase shift coming in from Brightwing, making sure that Gazlo is just fine. And Deckard's pulling away. Looking to pick up their siege camp, provide additional lane pressure. They're trying to keep this top wall safe. And you know what? Deckard's now looking for their siege camp. Both teams at level 16 here. Blessed Shield coming in. There's the Cursed Bullet out on Gazlo with the silence, and he's taken out again. Garrosh going into the team. Does get the throw onto Greymane, but only the taunt out onto Johanna. She gets polymorph there, so couldn't do much. Littlerock coming in with that final strike as Misha's going to go down. So that does make it a little bit easier for ReGen Ghost, because now there's not that bear right up in your face. But ultimately, they're a 1-for-1 trade as far as primary heroes are concerned. Oh, we're going to see Stukov thrown in. Does pop the Gladiator Medallion, but Chromie says, I got you. You're going to head up, get that top temple as... Should we going to use the Will of the Forsaken? Get that 30% movement speed. But, oh, the Haunting Wave to slow them down. Turns out that's a bad idea when you're already ahead. And the channel going to be stopped by Brightwing there. Kira heading down into the mid lane, realizing perhaps she was not in a great place. Two heroes still down for ReGen Ghost. As Misha will fall. The siege camp now picked up in the bot lane, though. So this needs to be dealt with by ReGen Ghost. They do have Stukov coming up now, and Sylvanas here shortly. Eventually, this siege camp becomes a significant problem, though, so... Rexar and Kira up in the top lane doing a little bit of a battle here as Kira trying to survive isn't quite going to make it. And the channel now flipped over to blue. Likely going to be a Dragon Knight here in favor of Deckard's Erudition. And that siege camp did get some value here, taking out that tower and now the wall. So Dragon Knight is going to be able to take out mid easily. And we'll see where they go with it. If they choose to go into the bot lane, where they've already gotten a little bit of damage, or if they come into the mid. And it looks like they're going to go bot lane, and typically bot lane is the right call. Not always, but you know, you've already got the structure partially down. You now have level 20, and this is the lane where the majority of the camps on this map are going to be traveling. So if you don't take the keep, if you don't win the game, then you still want to open this up so that you have that opportunity with the camps later. Johanna used her unstoppable there, so that's down for another 20 seconds, roughly. As Sylvanas and Kira coming in, they're going to be able to get pretty good damage on the Dragon Knight, but the Dragon Knight is going to be able to secure the kill onto that keep. Wailing Arrow coming out just a moment too late on the timing there. Big Gravel Bomb hitting to 3. Only 1 stun, but Greymane the kill. And that is a really strong kill for Deckard's Erudition here. Kira going in is going to be able to swing through the entire enemy team, but is going to get caught and deleted by Misha. Chromie with the damage follow-up after that stun. Sylvanas getting a big heal there from the Stukov, but the Piercing Sands going to go right through Stukov and through Sylvanas, sending her back to the graveyard. And with those kills, Deckard's Erudition on their way to the core, bringing it down pretty quickly. The silence onto the heroes here. Gravel Bomb coming out, gonna hit onto Mongoose. And look at how quickly Johanna dies to that Gravel Bomb. She didn't die, she had 100 health, but she went from 80 to 10, 80% to 10% in a matter of a few moments. And Deckard's Erudition coming in strong with a 2-0 victory over ReGen Ghost. Very strong play coming out from Deckard's Erudition here. They started off the season a little bit slower. They had a, I think they were 0-4 to start the season. Then their last matchup, they went 2-0, if I remember correctly, with some similar comps, some similar play style. And here tonight against ReGen Ghost, looking really strong in their division. So, you know, it just goes to show you really have to be mindful of where teams are at the beginning of the season. And, you know, certainly not count them out. You can go 0-2 in a couple of sets and then find yourself, you know, playing significantly better as you learn, as you grow as a team, as you get better communication. And that's clearly the case here with Deckard's Erudition. As the teams that they've played against have not been slouches. They've been, you know, quality teams, and definitely learning as they go. So let's see if we can get an interview here. Just gotta find the server. There we go. So those stats once again there.
Hey.
Hey there, welcome. So we are joined here by Xanthanarium. Did I say it right?
Yeah, you got it right this time.
Awesome. Yeah, I took the extra second to make sure I had it right at the beginning of the cast tonight. So welcome.
That's the third A long, so you're already doing better than most of the people I've met.
Wait, say that again?
Didn't pronounce the third A long like Xanthanarium, so you're already much
all
better
right
than most.
Well, glad that I could get it right here for you. So welcome. Congrats on your victory. So, you know, we had an opportunity. I don't remember if you and I spoke. I definitely spoke to your team here the other day after your victory.
It was our captain, Pina Colada.
Okay. You know, sometimes the interviews, they kind of run together, right?
Yeah,
sure. So you guys get to the end of this. This is your second overall match victory. It looked very strong. How's the team feeling after, you know, you guys started off with a little bit of a struggle in the season, and, you know, now you've got another 2-0 under your belt. How are you guys feeling after this?
Pretty good. Small correction, that was our third match victory.
Okay, well then maybe somebody hasn't reported a match is all I'm saying.
Oh.
Wait,
well,
or maybe
down
I'm
to-
doing math wrong. I'm doing math wrong. Never mind. Because you guys were 4-4
okay.
at today. I'm just okay. I'm terrible. So third match victory. You're right. All right. So you pulled ahead. There you go. You have a winning record now instead of breaking even.
Yeah, the first match was our official pulling ahead. Yeah.
There we go. All right.
Breaking even point.
Yeah. So all right. So now that we've established caster math sucks. So you guys pulled out a very similar comp, game number 1, to the comp that you guys had a couple nights ago. And the change, of course, being that instead of Gazlo, you had the Blaze in there. It worked out absolutely beautifully. It looked very practiced and coordinated. So do you think you're ever going to be able to play this combo again?
I mean, I guess it depends on how much research the other teams do on us, but side note, there was another slight difference you may or may not have noticed. And keep this on the low down because I don't want Blizzard to nerf it, but today they buffed Mephisto's level 4 Hateful Mending, and I think Q build is better than W build now.
I did actually notice that, and I didn't mention it as a difference, but I did mention that you were going into that build.
I think that it let me do like twice the damage I did last time.
It was pretty intense. You guys had those stun chain combos, whether it was, you know, the Blessed Shield or the Jet Propulsion. Like that combination between those two heroes set up so many opportunities. Dare I say, possibly more even than the Gazlo did the other night.
It's entirely possible. The I feel like the reason that we've had so much success on that kind of Gazjo comp is because we're not relying on a specific sequence of events to happen. Like I mean, let's say that we run a Holy Cow comp, you know, you need ETC to land the perfect mosh, and then you need Uther to land the Divine Shield right before the CC hits and all that. Whereas in the Gazlo and Johanna sort of idea, you know, we can go in, and especially with Blaze in the mix as well, we can go in with Johanna, we can go in with Blaze and then Light Bomb, or we can, from a distance, set it up with Gravo, or if I hit a Lucky Durance, which I didn't really.
You missed a couple, for sure. It definitely felt like an off night for the Mephisto shots, but you know, luckily for you, your team carried you to victory in that
right.
Infernal Shrines game.
Yeah,
there.
thank God that you carried me.
But that being said, I mean, game 2 definitely was also a very strong game. They really hit their stride around level 10 or 12 or so, and started to kind of put up a really strong fight, getting a couple of kills with that big silence combo. But there were so many times, and we saw this in game number 1 too, there were so many times that both teams walked away with maybe double digits in health. Not always, sometimes single digits.
Yeah. It's been feeling like that happens a lot in our matches for some reason.
It was an absolute, like, inordinate amount of times that somebody on either team would just walk away, or all people. Like, there was that one shrine where all of ReGen Ghost walked away with like 10% health, maybe, which I think you guys ended up getting that shrine anyways. If I remember right, I think that was the one you guys snuck away from the Sonya.
So in that moment, I wasn't trying to kill them as hard as I was trying to get free damage on shrine minions, because you know I need to hit people to get my cooldowns back.
Right.
But, the nice thing is that they're so large that I can just get free minions.
Yeah, no, true, and that also helps with your Q cooldown at the level 1 talent, because it means that you can clear faster because it's easier to get those resets, because you really only have to hit 2 people to get it to an instant reset at that point.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but
all right.
Honestly, I think props to the healers mainly.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. Like, healers did a fantastic
There were
job
several
tonight.
times where like I just didn't do quite enough damage, but like there was even more times where, you know, she just barely saves me, even though I should be dead, or vice versa on the other team.
Yeah, for sure. That fight that I just mentioned, where, you know, ReGen Ghost had most of their heroes alive at almost no health, and I think you guys had lost 2 or 3 in that particular fight. I mean, that's 100% because of Lucio, right? I mean, the ability to heal up everybody like that, any other healer, and it's probably a full team wipe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but enough about that. So, a little bit of a different comp style in game number 2 here. We get the Chromie, we've got the Garrosh. Love the Garrosh on Dragonshire. Were you guys kind of expecting that they would take that Johanna, and then was the Garrosh the pivot, or was this kind of always your draft plan and kind of expecting them to change pretty significantly?
It was that draft was very off the cuff, but we were anticipating the Johanna pick. We were more concerned about getting that Gravo Bomb and then seeing what we could do to work around it with other heroes. So, we had a lot of things that we were considering. I won't go into detail.
Of course.
Because you might see them in the future. But the Garrosh was definitely a bit of a last-minute decision.
And so was there anything, just to, and again, not getting into your specific strategy, but more about your thought process, was there anything in draft that that they did that you guys said, oh, now we need to, like, first of all, was Cho'Gall ever on the table? Let's start with that.
It kind of. The person who would normally play Gall was had his power get knocked out, but we were considering making it work without him, and
Gotcha.
I think we probably could have, but we didn't really want to do it in that specific scenario.
I gotcha.
We were
That's fair.
considering it before the draft, but not during, really.
And that's a good answer. I mean, obviously we've had that same circumstance before where we're like, you know what, maybe we'll do it, maybe we won't. Hey, look, they banned it for us, so we're good, right?
Yep.
And
that's the nice thing about having so many different strategies, is you get free bans.
Right. And so was there anything that you guys pivoted to or from, or anything that you identified in their draft that you said, oh, you know what, we're going to change, and you don't have to tell me what you were changing from, but that you changed to because of what you saw on their enemy team?
Not really. We mostly wanted to work with each other. Have the Brightwing available to help out whoever is in danger, have the Chromie Gazlo to follow up on Garrosh and such. We were more considering about our ability to work with each other than being afraid of their team, I would say.
Sure. Makes sense. All right. So I didn't ask this of your team, I think, the other night, because we talked for a little while, but was there any particular moment in either game that you thought was just highlight level clip play that you want to make sure that it gets called out
in this
either game
series?
Yeah.
You mean in either game 1 or 2?
Yeah. Out of this set, was there anything that happened that you're like, I want to make sure that that's highlighted because that was awesome? And who knows, maybe I didn't catch it.
I'm trying to think. There was this one play on Dragonshire. I want to say it was, I think it was around level 8, maybe like 12. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that Gazlo just barely caught somebody on the tail of an Explodium charge, and it led to a kill. But it was just like, I looked at the Explodium going down, I looked at the person running away, I was like, that's never gonna happen, and then we ended up killing them. I want to say it was in the bottom lane towards their fort around level 8, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I think I remember where you're talking about. I also don't remember the specifics because that was a very quick moment. The stun and then just gone, right? Because the Chromie bombs and all that stuff on top of it. And so yeah, I think I recall the moment you're talking about. Listen, it's been great having you here. I'm glad that you could join me. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Any shout outs that you have?
I mean, like I said, I think Sheej did great. I really admire Pina's, stepping it up sort of thing in over the past couple of tournaments, over the past couple of matches. We had a rough start. We came in with a pretty solid strategy and we just were not able to pull it off. But I really feel like Pina's put in the work to make it happen. He's put in the work to make sure the team is running smoothly. And I think that he's just done a stellar job of being a captain.
Awesome. Anybody else before I move on?
Mydrill's definitely improving quite a bit too, I would say. And Robin's always solid. Robin's great because you have Robin on your team. He's in the off lane. You don't have to care about him. He's gonna win. So I'm just gonna shout out everybody.
Fair enough. All
right, thank you for the interview and for the cast. It's awesome it's awesome to have somebody like you know, want to cast our games and like set that up in advance and all that.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, you guys had a great set tonight. Don't forget to report your match. Tell your team to forget everything that I said in the first minute or so of the interview. And looking forward to seeing the rest of your season here, and good luck in the rest of your season.
Thanks. See you later.
Have a good night. All right, that's going to go ahead and wrap us up here. I was thinking about picking up another match. I think I'm going to pass on it, unfortunately. I'm very sorry for anybody who might be here checking to see if I was going to do that. I have to go clean up some after my dog, who's been a little bit sick. So it's been wonderful having you guys here. I really appreciate you stopping by. Hope you have a fantastic evening, and have a great night. We'll see you soon.